At last, the promise has been made. The reunion at hand may bring joy. It may bring fear. But let us embrace whatever it brings. For they are coming back. At last, the promise has been made.
Hey, we're back. Oh, the moment the music starts, I just break apart on the inside a little bit. You know, my friend Ryan watched most of my first playthrough. He was kind of like my first like consistent viewer. I'm not that I don't make this stuff to like have viewers that show up consistently. It's always cool to see like a familiar face pop up in a comment or two. But, I mean, he was, at a certain point in that original playthrough of this game, he showed up every single time. You know, we haven't talked as much as we, did at one point in time, but, you know, it's kind of, I find, what's the word? I find, take solace, I guess? I feel like that's a kind of a grim word, I don't know. I feel at peace with knowing that, like, Ryan's out there, I think, you know, doing good. And that I'm out here doing good, and that we're both alright. And I think at the end of the day, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I think we still got each other's backs, you know? Ultimately. And I think sometimes that's like all you need. I don't know. Oh, whoops. Anyways, we're back with Final Fantasy VII, and weird things. Occasionally the camera will just keep spinning around for an eternity. Okay, so last time we finished Midgar. I was questioning whether to break it up into 2 parts. I mean, even that would have been still two 2-hour parts, right? But I'm here to get stuff freaking done. I'm not here to do another freaking 50-part let's play. You know what I mean? I'm here to like see this game through. So we're going. So yeah, last time we finished the rest of the Midgar part. So we got Eris back. We got, we met our next party member, Red 13. At least he's with us for the time being. And we're leaving Midgar to go hunt down a man named Sephiroth. Every single character doing it for their own reasons, which is cool. Thanks, music, thanks. Thanks for backing me up on the intro. But hey, if you've been enjoying this or anything else on this channel, then like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified of more things in the future. Episodes of this just about every single day. Episodes of episodes, well, actually no, this is it. This is all that's going on right now at the moment. But there are links in the description of other things that I am doing, have done, or will be doing in the future. Me and my friend are making a game. Dang, it's just popping off. If you want any other support towards that game would be great. We actually have already made a game, a short game for Game Jam, for Donkey's Big Mode Game Jam. If you want to, check that out, there will be a link down below. And if you want to support me and my friend in our game-making endeavors, you can support us by supporting that game, supporting the videos, supporting streams, their stream too. There'll be a link to that in the description as well. And also, in the Patreon, probably mainly the Patreon, because that's just straight up money. But like, I don't expect you to do that, and I also don't I wouldn't recommend it, because that's your money, and you should probably keep that. But if you ran into somebody else's money and need to get rid of it real fast, then hey, toss it my way. Is that bad? Is that a problem? It's okay. It's whatever. All right. So first things first, we're gonna be cutting around a little bit. There's some enemies apparently in this area that we want to run into called Clean Sweepers. That will give us we can steal an item for Barrett. On top of that, though, we also need them to do a spell. The first spell that we'll be getting for enemy skill. I am going to be trying to get all of these, so I'm hoping the enemy skill materia is a much bigger deal in Rebirth than it was in Remake. In Remake, there were some actually pretty interesting abilities that it would drop, right? But they were very sparse, obviously, because it's just the Midgar section. Okay. I got this steel and this mug. I think mug, you take money instead? Oh, Tifa. Yeah, we need Tifa some stuff. Is there no other... Okay, what do we got? You have, Eris, you have, all the lightning and stuff? Okay, I'm gonna say... Yeah, Aerith, you can keep that. Aerith, why don't you have ice? Because I feel like that just kind of suits you a little bit. And then Tifa, you can have fire. And then Cloud, you can have lightning. And we'll pray that we don't run into an enemy that, absorbs it, or tanks it, or halves it, or anything like that. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's alright. Now let's go see us a guy. So we need to find Clean Sweepers. It said in the dirt area, so I'm assuming it's the surrounding area. Oh, the custom sweepers is what it is. Are these guys it? I don't know. We'll freaking find out. High potion. No, these are something else. I assumed. They're motorcycles that are driving themselves? I don't understand. Whoa. They do drop high potions though, which is pretty good. Probably just gonna be having Tifa steal a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna make Tifa a filthy little thief, I think. I think is my goal for her. Alright, so I'm gonna be running around, and when I find a Clean Sweeper, I will let you know. I think this is it. Oh, crap, okay. So we're trying to do multiple things here. We're trying to steal a thing, we're waiting for them to use a magic attack, but it needs to hit Cloud. Oh, Matcha Magic. Oh, we just learned it. Okay, cool. So now we're just waiting for Tifa to steal a thing. We're trying to steal a big pair of scissors. Oh, you know, we can actually start attacking one thing. Oops, didn't want Tifa to be attacking a thing. Holy crud, okay, don't have Cloud attack this thing again. Oh, we got the scissors. Okay, we're good. That was super easy. That didn't even take that long. Cloud did 1,000,000 damage to these guys. Holy crud. Yeah, when you have Cloud hit somebody using an element that they are weak against, it is night and day. Okay, we still don't have the thing in order to call. We can't call on everybody whenever we want yet. But now I think we can just go straight to calm. Which is this way, I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to consult for a moment. Oh, actually, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to save, and then I'm going to consult. Ye old guide. I have moved on to save too, because we are moving on to a new phase. Let's see here. Alright, we're about to be hit with major story beats, and there's one thing I know is for sure going to happen in that cutscene that we need to apparently set up. It's something you have to set up in this flashback that's about to happen. You have to pick a specific option in order to set up getting an elemental item in disc 2, which is crazy. We've reached calm. Everyone's waiting at the end. Let's go, Cloud. Well, then I'll go on ahead. And thus Cloud was a lonely boy. Alright, well, first things first, might as well just go hit up that cutscene, because it's a long one. Streamer man guy that I watch, Maximilian Dude, had a great... You're late? I walked in right after you. What are you talking about? Gosh, these people are just an ounce of patience. I'm sorry, what? Oh, you wanted me in here in 4 seconds, and I came in 5. Oopsies. Maximilian Dude had a really cool idea of how Rebirth could start, and it would start with just Cloud sitting in the back of the truck at the beginning of this flashback, writing in, and then obviously the game would start, and it would be like, once you get back to like present day, it would be Cloud telling everybody about this, already being in calm. Clearly that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to be like you're going to start like people just leaving Midgar again. However, man, if it did start with like a cold opener like that, it'd be pretty good. I don't know. So I'd keep you waiting. Guess everyone's here now. Let's hear your story. You know, the one about Sephiroth and the Christ of the planet. Let's hear it all. I used to want to be like Sephiroth, so I joined Soldier. After working with Sephiroth on several missions, we became friends. You call that a friend? Yeah, well, he was older than me and hardly ever talked about himself. So I guess you call us war buddies. We trusted each other until one day. After the war, it was Soldier's duty to put down any resistance against Shinra. That was 5 years ago. I was 16. Yeah, if it opened up on a shot of Cloud sitting in the back of this truck like this, like that would be so good. Sure was raining hard. Hey, how are you doing? I'm alright. I wouldn't know. I've never had motion sickness. Everything okay? Hey. Settle down. They gave me some new materia. Can't wait to use it. Just like a kid. You going to brief us about the mission? It isn't a typical mission. Good. Why do you say that? I joined Soldier to be like you. But by the time I made first class, the war was already... But by the time I made first class, the war was already over. My big hopes of becoming a hero like you ended with the war. So I always signed up whenever there's a big mission. Kind of a way to prove myself. So how do you feel, Mr. Sephiroth? Thought you wanted a briefing. Our mission is to investigate the old Mako reactor. There have been reports of it malfunctioning and producing brutal creatures. First, we will dispose of those creatures, then we'll locate the problem and neutralize it. I have this sequence, this whole scene, playing the game playing the game, knowing the story, and then seeing all of this unfold. It evokes completely different feelings. Brutal creatures? Where? The Mako reactor at Nibelheim. Nibelheim. That's where I'm from. Hometown. So, something strange just crashed into the truck. That would be our monster. You get to see Sephiroth's stats. Ooh, it's playing his music too. Holy crud. I will also join and do 1,000,000 damage. If it takes no damage, we do 14 damage. 2 shots it. Hey, we actually lived. Last time I was at this part, I died. Because of course I did. Sephiroth's strength is incredible. Like, the dragon one-shots you. Sephiroth's strength is incredible. He's far stronger in reality than any stories you may have heard about him. So where do you come in? Me? I was mesmerized by the way Sephiroth fought. And then we reached Nibelheim. How does it feel? It's your first time back in your hometown in a long time, right? So how does it feel? I wouldn't know, because I don't have a hometown. How about your parents? My mother is Genova. She died right after she gave birth to me. My father... What does it matter? Alright, let's go. I'm very interested to see how they portray Sephiroth in the flashbacks, specifically. Because because the way they're portraying him in the brief bit that he was in Remake is very weird. He's very much he's not like a person. There's like no humanity in him. He talks very strange and it's just odd. Being on watch is so boring. You want to do what we always do? Just sit tight. It's a job, right? Shall we practice? Practice? Oh, you mean practice my pose. Do members of soldiers always have to worry about what others think? How did it go? That pose. Oh, that's so funny. For reasons, I'm not gonna sit here and spoil every single thing at every single moment, right? Duly note, if you're watching this, I have played the game before, and the point is I'm playing through it again to see things, right? But I'm gonna try not to, I'll try to remember to preface things if I'm really going to, drop a big bomb, right? I'll try to remember to preface things, with that. But otherwise, it's very, this is very interesting now. Good job. I really don't want to be I really don't want to be a soldier. You keep wandering around here and you'll get in trouble. Ah. The Mako smells pretty bad here. Yo, wait a minute. I also love how they do flashbacks. They have the other characters interject in the middle of them, which creates a very interesting effect, especially as Cloud tries to elaborate and then re-explain and then he keeps having to readjust the story. Isn't that the name of Sephiroth's mother? Genova, yeah. I remember Genova. That's the headless. I don't. In this context, I understand. I understand, but I don't know. On the safe side, I'm not gonna say that word. But the headless Ghoul. How about Ghoul living in the Shinra building? That's right. Barrett, would you please let us hear what Cloud has to say? You can ask questions later. Tifa, I was only... No, I think Barrett was right to interject there. Learning that Sephiroth's mother is Genova, which was a headless, writhing corpse in a vat that then was busted open and missing. I think that's important. I don't know. Okay, Cloud, continue. Childhood friends reunite. Oh. I was really surprised with Tifa. Town was quiet. Everyone must be in their houses, afraid to come out because of the monsters. No, maybe they're afraid of us. We'll leave for the reactor at dawn. Make sure to get to your sleep. All we need is one lookout. So you others get some rest. Oh, and you may visit your family and friends. I'm so nervous. How come? Look, you never know when a monster's gonna show up, right? Heard Sephiroth was coming, so I brought my camera. I want a shot of Sephiroth and a monster. Take a picture. I don't take pictures of nobodies. Yikes. Alright, fathead. Whoa, what? Hey, this guy's a real... you Cloud? Really? That's how it is, huh? That was weird. Also, fathead? Come on! Oh, you with the Shinra, welcome. Oh, I'm sorry, it's you, Cloud. I didn't recognize you. Salsa? That's not even close to Soldier. You going to kill the monsters? I might. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna have to be a strong man. If you say so. Okay, so the thing that we need to keep an eye out for is when we're in Tifa's house. Although I'm not sure which one that is. Cloud, did you go in my house? Yeah. I thought you might be home. I like how Flashback Cloud is like, no, yeah, for sure, this happened, I swear. Oh, because, well, it's especially funny because you're making choices in the past, but this is supposed to be Cloud telling it, so Cloud being like, yeah, then I walked into Tifa's house. Cloud? Did you go into my room? Yeah. Yeah, Tifa, I did, because I'm a very normal person. Did you play my piano? Yeah, I jammed on it. Yes, you have to pick yeah, I jammed on it. Now, how did this go? Just like that. There's probably something you could actually play on the piano. Okay, but we picked yeah, I jammed on it, which is the only prerequisite to apparently getting something all the way in disc 2, which is just crazy. So that's like a big... That's a big, perfect game thing. In accordance to our friend Absolute Steve. And then everything else, let's see. Okay, so there's nothing else that we need to set up for later. I wouldn't have even guessed that we needed to set something up in the in a flashback, you know what I mean? That's some like Chrono Trigger levels of weirdness. Received orthopedic underwear. Cloud. Just kidding, don't get mad. Cloud. We're talking about something really important here. Did anybody else laugh? Anybody, Barrett? Red 13? Come on, Aerith. Come on, Aerith, you gotta think that's a little funny. Okay, that's all there is for that one. This is my house. It has nothing to do with what happened 5 years ago. Yo, wait, I want to hear. Yeah, me too. It's been a long time, right? Tell us more. You saw your family, right? Alright. I don't know if you'd call it a family. My father died when I was still young. That's why my mom lived alone in this house. Yeah, I saw my mom. My mom, she was a vibrant woman. Hadn't changed at all. But a few days later, she died. When I saw her, she looked fine. The fact that you could just deny even having this little scene and little moment is kind of... And also, you know, what's interesting is that out of everything, I don't remember you learning hardly anything about Cloud's mom. And I'm not even sure, slight spoilers, I'm not even sure if this ever actually really happened, this interaction here. It's even vague whether or not this was a real thing that happened. For reasons that we will see, but... Yes? Cloud? Welcome home, Cloud. Hi, Mom. Come on, let me take a look at you. You look so handsome. So is this a soldier uniform? Mom, Well, how you've grown. I bet the girls will never leave you alone. Not really. I'm worried about you. There's a lot of temptations in the city. I'd feel a lot better if you settled down with a nice girlfriend. Oh, we had a scene like this earlier on, right? Like way early on? You should have. An older girlfriend. Yeah, one that'll take care of you. Yeah, for sure this happened. I think that would be best for you. I'm not interested. Are you eating right? I'm alright. The company takes care of me. Is that so? You can't cook. Well, I know you can't cook. I've been worried sick about you. Cloud? You know, Cloud... Isn't that right, Cloud? I'll always be your mother. Oh. Let's stop this. And without another word about it. And what did that moment look like for everybody else involved, right? That Cloud's talking to. Went up to be a nice looking lad. Now take my picture. Okay, let's do this, Cloud. Let me take a picture of you with Sephiroth. Sure thing, man. Welcome. What's up? Hey, aren't you... Have I been here before? I don't remember. Well, now you're pissing me off. This don't matter, so get on with it. You know, here's the thing, right? I like how it's like with some of the other, like, going and exploring every single house. It's like, yeah, the character's like, hey, Cloud, can we, like, move on to the important part, right? But when it was Cloud going home to see his mom, everybody, Barrett first even, I mean Aerith too, obviously, but Barrett was the first one to be like, well, no, hold on, I want to hear about this. Like, yeah, Barrett like demonstrates in these like little moments of like genuinely caring about, like, yeah, he sees Cloud as like a young kid and wants to know, like, yeah, what, like for a moment, stop being a soldier and tell me who your mom was. Tell me what your home is like. You know what I mean? I think that's interesting. Shinra here to get rid of the monsters. And who are you? I'm Zangan. I travel around the world teaching children martial arts. I have 128 students all over the world. In this town, a girl named Tifa is my student. Oh, that explains a lot. Did you say Tifa? Tifa has good sense. She'll be a powerful fighter. Yo, poor Zangan. Zangan, if this was an older Final Fantasy game, you would absolutely be in a be a party member. So what do you need, Cloud? How's the town? Now about the town, a lot of monsters have been appearing in the last 12 months. Other than that, there's not much change. Nothing much exciting happens in a little town like this. It was alright when they were building the reactor. Well, they were still building it. Once it was completed, it's been bad. Within a few years, all the trees in the mountain have withered away. I don't know if the reactor was good or bad. I mean, it's easy to say that it was a bad idea now, but what can you do about it? Anyhow, we've got to get rid of the monsters. Then we'll be able to relax a little bit. He's upstairs. Alright. I forgot about Zangan. Well, because it's such a like a throwaway little character, just to be like, yeah, if you were wondering like why Tifa can do a freaking somersault kick and knock somebody's head off, like that's why. What are you looking at? The scenery. I feel like I know this place. We're short one bed. I could sleep at home. Except I'm afraid of home, because home gives me freaking conniptions. It's all reserved for you, Shinra people, so I don't mind. But wouldn't you feel a little more comfortable staying at home? I suppose. We have an early start tomorrow. You should get some sleep soon. Yeah, let's get some sleep. Powdered a guide to the Mako reactor. I've heard she's young. I hope we can rely on her. Right, everybody's supposed to be 16 at this point. I think T was like a year-ish younger than Cloud, maybe? Oh, are we doing it? Are we playing the feud? Think you'd let me take a picture? You have to walk up and take one. Tifa's father. If I knew this was going to happen, I would have made mountain climbing off limits. Once the guide gets here, we're heading out. Listen to me, Sephiroth, in case something happens, trust me. I'll be alright, Dad. They didn't have to give Tifa like a completely different outfit. It didn't have to make it like a cowgirl outfit, but you know, honestly, it's pretty good. It's a pretty unique look, and I kind of appreciate it. Tifa, nice to meet you. Tifa, you're the guide? That's right. Just so happens I'm the #1 guide in this town. It's too dangerous. I can't get you involved in words. I can't get you involved in this. Cloud tripping over himself because pretty girl. There's no problem if you protect her. Let's go. Oh, I should have talked to one of the other guys first. Mr. Sephiroth, let me take one picture for a memento. Tifa, can you ask him for me too? Great, thank you. I'll give each of you a copy once I get it developed. Oh. Mako reactor was built in Mount Nibble. Was it Nibel? Nibble? Nibel? Nibel sounds more dramatic. Cold mountain area of Mount Nibel was the same. Looks freaking desolate though. This place is gonna be gnarly in the next game. Gets harder from here, follow me. How did you even get this bridge set up like this? It doesn't make any sense. And what kind of place is this? What did this place look like? I understand that the reactor is sucking the Mako from the area, but this place looks terrifying, and not in a way like I don't think some greenery was gonna make this look not horrifying. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. Oh, I don't remember that. Well, they're not going to be in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Everyone seems to be alright. Will you be able to get back? These caves are intertwined like an ant farm. Oh, and Sephiroth, one person seems to be missing. It may sound cruel, but we've no time to search for him. We can't go back, so we must go on. We'll travel together from here. As everybody enters my back pocket. Oh heck yeah, I actually get to look at Sephiroth? It's funny, seeing him in this context like this, it's like, yeah, he's just a dude, you know? Like anybody else. Yo, give me that. Sephiroth keeps... Stop touching my materia, Cloud. Stop it, Cloud. Knock it off. He has revive, restore, earth. Earth all, geez. Fire, lightning all, ice all. Gold armlet and Masamune. But this part's actually like pretty extensive. Pterodactyls. Holy crud. This is such a great way to like give you a peek at like what you could become by the end. Also, gosh dang it, Sephiroth's design is pretty freaking good. It's gotta be said. What's this? Mysteriously colored cave. Must be the Mako energy. This mountain is especially abundant in it. That's why the Mako reactor was built here. What's this? A Mako fountain, miracle of nature. It's so beautiful. If the Mako reactor continues to suck up the energy, this fountain will dry up too. Materia. When you condense Mako energy, materia is produced. It's very rare to see materia in a natural state. By the way, why is it that when you use materia, you can use magic too? You were in Soldier and you didn't even know that? The knowledge and wisdom of the ancients is held in the materia. Anyone with the knowledge can freely use the powers of the land and the planet. That knowledge interacts between ourselves and the planet, calling up magic. So they say. Oh man, big spoiler alert. I mean, spoiler alerts for like this game and also Armored Core 6. I mean, Armored Core 6 with the Coral, it's straight up. It's like literally straight up like live stream from this game, right? Like it's literally like the Mako energy coming up from the live stream of the planet. It's all people. Anybody who dies becomes part of the planet again, becomes part of the live stream. It's all just people, and then like the fact that when the Mako gets condensed, it becomes materia that allows you to call it magic that the ancients held. All the ancients, which are now part of the live stream. It's like, you know, it all has this like this cyclical nature to it, which is like really good. It's like very interesting world building, and like makes sense like in the game's world, like how exactly it functions. While also being kind of like a horrifying premise, because like just like the Coral in Armored Core 6, it's like, well, what's the first thing people sought to do with the Mako energy, knowing nothing about it? Like, oh, they're gonna dig it up and suck the planet dry. They're going to be like literally using like the souls of people for fuel, essentially, right? Which is horrifying. But I mean, what's also horrifying is when you realize that, like, yeah, well, the material that we're using is essentially also people. So then it kind of becomes a question of like, well, if is us using materia in order to stop the bad people from using materia, is that like okay? It's kind of like the Philosopher's Stone dilemma in like Full Metal Alchemist. Well, so it's just so many things, so many ideas, all like relating to one another. But slight spoilers, right, for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I guess. There's Philosopher's Stones that are made out of people, right? And a question, a dilemma that the characters have at one point throughout the story is it okay for us to use a Philosopher's Stone if we're trying to stop other people who are trying to make and use Philosopher's Stones? Like, is us doing the same bad thing for the right reasons, does that make us any better? Does it matter if it makes us any better? If we're also just bad, but eventually the outcome is good, does it matter how we got there? You know, it's a dilemma. Magic, a mysterious power. Tifa's just out. Did I say something funny? A man once told me never to use unscientific terms like mysterious power. It shouldn't even be called magic. Still remember how angry he was. Who was that? Hojo of Shinra Inc. An inexperienced man assigned to take over the work of a great scientist. He was a walking mass of complexes. That's a pretty good line. A Mako fountain. So this is where the knowledge of the ancients is? Funny, kind of odd almost, right? That Tifa seemed to not be mentioning anything, having any knowledge of the ancients when we were learning about that in the last part. Finally made it. We sure took the long way through. Tifa, you wait here. I'm going inside too, I want to see. Only authorized people are allowed in. This place is full of Shinra's industrial secrets. But take care of the lady. Shoots Tifa in the head immediately. Man. Better take real good care of me then. Yes, nameless Shinra trooper, who surely isn't important. Whoa, weird angle. Weird angle. Oh, there we go. What a dramatic freaking angle to have rendered this scene at. Now I do want to point out, because I found this extremely funny, that Absolute Steve described what happens next as, let's see, how did he describe it? He says, oh yeah, Sephiroth goes badass and does horrible things to the town and its people. Something about him, just Absolute Steve describing what's about to happen as Sephiroth going totally badass and does horrible things to the town and his people. I just don't know about that, Absolute Steve. I don't know where you, like, what's your alignment? Oh, it all says Genova. Right. This is Genova, right? It won't open. This is the reason for the malfunction. This part's broken. Cloud, close the valve. Why did it break? Now I see, Hojo. But doing this will never put you on the same level as Professor Gast. This is a system that condenses and freezes the Mako energy. That is, when it's working correctly. I'm curious about something. The Professor Gast, I feel like we don't actually ever get to see anything about him. We only ever hear about that guy in passing. Obviously, it was mentioned, one of the books in the library that the mayor was in Shinra Tower, right? Mentioned a Gast, a biologist named Gast. But that was like very much an in passing he was mentioned. I'm wondering, I'm curious about, because I know in the phone app game that they made, for that sort of like abbreviates a lot of the other side games, and also has some like new games and new stories that have never been adapted in a game format before. They were doing like a young Sephiroth story, and I'm wondering, like, do you get to learn more about Professor Gast in that? I wonder. Now, what does Mako energy become when it's further condensed? Yeah, it becomes materia. Right, normally. Hojo put something else in there. Take a look. Look through the window. What is that? Normal members of soldiers are humans that have been showered with Mako. You're different from the others, still human. But what are they? They've been exposed to a far higher degree of Mako than you. Is this some kind of monster? Exactly. And it's Hojo of Shinra that's produced these monsters. Are these the monsters that have been coming out? Mutated living organisms produced by Mako energy. That's what these monsters really are. Normal members of Soldier? Normal members of Soldier, you mean you're different? Hey, Sephiroth. Was I created this way too? Am I the same as all these monsters? We got a real Frankenstein's monster moment here of like, you know, I was talking about it with my uncle the other day, and we're talking about like, you know, there are more compelling villains, I think, than Sephiroth. Here's the thing, Sephiroth looks really cool, actually cool, has a really cool sword, fights really cool, right? Sephiroth is a cool antagonist, and I think he's really good. He like functions well in this story with these other characters, right? But it's like, well, as far as like who he is, his motivations, what's his deal is, generally speaking, I don't find him like as interesting as like a character as much as I do some like other villains in other games and whatnot, maybe even in other like Final Fantasy games. However, I do think there's a really compelling angle to his whole backstory and stuff like that, right? Essentially him being this like offspring of some ancient being, born in a lab, raised in a lab. It's kind of, you know, it's got like Homelander vibes, except thankfully it's not the boys, thankfully. The sort of like the fact that his turn here is when he realizes that he's like, that even though he's always felt different, he's always felt separate from other people. He doesn't have a home. He mentioned that himself. He doesn't have a home. He doesn't have parents, right? He doesn't have these things, and then so to then realize, it's essentially like he's having a crisis that just makes him completely lose any shred of humanity he even had left in him. When he realizes that like he was just like born. He's just like a test tube baby born in like in a weird site, like in a weird metal egg, essentially, right? That like there is truly nothing left on this planet that connects him to it or its people. You saw it. All of them were humans. Human, no way. Ever since I was small, I felt I was different from the others. Special in some way. But not like this. Right, that's another thing too. It's like, at least these things that hit in here, right, they were human at one point. So for Sephiroth seeing them and then realizing like, I'm not even like them. I like the same thing was done to me, but I'm not like them, so what the heck am I? Am I human? I didn't really understand what Sephiroth meant by that. Or meant then. I was even more surprised that Shinra was producing monsters. Yeah, all the weird chimeras and abominations and things that we've been fighting all the whole time. It all comes from Shinra's freaking experiments with the Mako. Shinra, the more I hear, the more I hate him. Who would have ever thought the Mako reactor held such a secret? That would seem to explain the increase in the number of monsters recently. I think we should listen carefully to Cloud. Don't you think so, Barrett? Why are you talking to me? Save the game and rest? No, let's keep talking. No, let's get. I'm here for this cutscene. Let's get it out. Poking his nose where it don't belong. Cloud, why don't you finish that story? Phew. Tifa, were you waiting outside then? Yes. We've returned to Nibelheim. Sephiroth confined himself to the inn. He didn't even try to talk to me. Then all of a sudden he just disappeared, right? We found him inside the biggest building in Nibelheim. The villagers used to call it the Shinra Mansion. Long ago, people from Shinra used to live in that mansion. Oh, we will definitely be back here later, that's for sure. Nothing to do about it now, though. Man, I can't wait to see Sephiroth go totally badass and do horrible things. Oh, they actually tell me. Hmm? There's no tea? There's no tea, there's no why? There's no Ray, there's no T. Weird. Oh, Sephiroth. Where are you? It's your boy. No sign of Sephiroth, but I know I saw him go in this room. Clock that a mile away. Oh, this is very Bloodborne. It's funny, I can't let Bloodborne my Bloodborne playthrough last through 2 different RPGs. I mean, Super Mario RPG is short, sure, but what's going on here with all these coffins? Oh, I wonder. I'm sure we'll see what that's all about eventually. An apparently dead organism was found in a 2,000-year-old geological stratum. Professor Gass named that organism Genova. X year, X month, X day. Genova confirmed to be an ancient. Genova project approved. The use of Mako Reactor 1 approved for use. Yeah, I think the thing about, like, Sephiroth essentially suffering psychosis, right? Because he essentially just goes, like, Sephiroth does just kind of, like, go mad, right? Which is usually, like, doesn't make for a very interesting character, usually. But I think the reasons surrounding it is what makes, is the compelling part about Sephiroth. It wasn't just, like, I had a real bad day I had a real bad time one day, and then I got really angry, and now I cut people's heads off. It's like, no, his entire existence has been called into question, and he has a very clear, understandable reason to hate every living thing on this planet. Not an agreeable one, but you know, I understand why he hates everything now. My mother's name is Genova. Genova Project, is this just a coincidence? Professor Gast, why didn't you tell me anything? Why did you die? Let me be alone. As I sprint past him. Now, what's interesting about this is that we should also see this in Crisis Core in some capacity. Sephiroth didn't come out of the Shinra mansion. Impressive reading on his part. He continued to read as if he was possessed by something, and not once did the light... Oh. Did the light go out, maybe? Is what that said? Oh, is Sephiroth about to go totally badass right now? Oh, Cloud was just staying in the room. Interesting. There's nothing that'll harm the town, right? Why? Why do you ask? The Shinra showed up to eliminate any information that could be embarrassing to the company. You pick these things up when you travel as much as I do. What's Sephiroth doing? Until we know that there's no danger, we're not moving. Oh, like you're not moving, you're not like letting us out? It's Sephiroth, he would never do that. Oh my, you sure do have faith. Sephiroth seems different. Dang, making you take the time to travel all the way back to him with this music playing. Sephiroth, sweetheart, I think it's time to go outside for a little bit. Oh dear. Cetra was an itinerant race. They would migrate, settle the planet, then move on. At the end of their hard, long journey, it was said that they would find the promised land and supreme happiness. But those who disliked journeying appeared. They stopped their migrations, built shelters, and elected to lead an easier life. They took that which the Cetra and the planet had made without giving back one whit in return. Those are your ancestors. Sephiroth. Long ago, disaster struck the planet. Your ancestors escaped. They survived because they hid. The planet was saved by sacrificing the Cetra. After that, your ancestors continued to multiply. Now all that's left of the Cetra is in these reports. What does that have to do with you? Don't you see? An ancient named Genova was found in a 2,000-year-old geological stratum, the Genova Project. The Genova Project wanted to produce people with the powers of the ancients, or the Cetra. I am what was produced. Produced? Yes. Professor Gast, leader of the Genova Project and genius scientist, produced me. How did he... Sephiroth? Out of my way. I'm going to see my mother. Absolutely horrifying line. Hey, Vincent. Vincent, would you like to come out and help me kill Sephiroth really quick? Vincent? Please? Alright, I'll see you in like 5 or 6 years. Holy crud, he did this in seconds. You're still sane, right? Then come over here and help me. I'll check this house, you check that one over there. Am I going to die? Jeez, that's awful. Terrible. Sephiroth, this is too terrible. I mean, he had a single ounce of humanity left, and nobody did anything to preserve it. He was treated like an experiment and a soldier up until the very end. And this is just depressing. The fact that Tifa's dad chased Sephiroth down all the way to here to try and stop him, jeez. I just don't. I mean, this whole sequence is actually still just like amazing. I'm not ready to see this happen. I'm not ready to see this unfold. Oh gosh, you know it's so freaking scary. It's tough because this town, you know, all of Sephiroth's anger at the moment should be directed at Shinra specifically, but Sephiroth interpreted everything that he learned as just a general hatred of humanity, and then some like small town of people that have nothing to do with any of this are like the victims, essentially, right? Of something that happened like thousands of years ago. We're not even talking hundreds of years ago. We're talking thousands of years ago. Something that happened that was like wrong. You know what I mean? Like the people coming in and taking from the people who were here first, and settling their own places, stuff like that. And then eventually what happened, like, and eventually just like hiding away while the Cetra were the ones who basically took a hit to save the whole planet. And then these same people generations later are the ones killing the planet in... Also, first off, I mean, like, so many lines you can draw, right? But it's one of those things where it's like, despite all of that, this single small town of random people, truly zero to do with that, you know? They're not even the ones who built this reactor in this station and did these experiments. That's the real thing, right? It's like, it's a big corporation that did that, you know what I mean? But, you know, it's just one of those things where it's like, well, no, it's all of humanity is my enemy now. Which is what makes Sephiroth a great villain, you know? Just like as a antagonistic force, that's what makes him really good. Genova's so freaking scary. I always forget that thing in front of her is not actually her. What do I have to be sad about? I'm the chosen one. I've been chosen to be the leader of this planet. I have orders to take the planet back from you stupid people for the Cetra. What should I be sad about? Yeah, I mean, oof. Yeah, I mean, there is some of that too, of like, well, hold on, so you're gonna do to other people what you're claiming they've done to you? And it's, you know, the hypocrisy there, right? But it's one of those things where it's like, no, this isn't like Sephiroth isn't looking at this as like altruism. This is like a manifest destiny thing for him. This is like religious zealotry on his part of like, well, no, I'm simply meant to do this. I'm simply meant to eradicate every last one of you. There's no like, I'm gonna do this for my people. It's like, no, I'm gonna do this because it is my life's mission to do so. That is why I've been put here on this planet. That's the end of my story. Wait a minute. That's it? No more? I don't remember. What happened to Sephiroth? In terms of skill, I couldn't have killed him. Official records state Sephiroth is dead. I read it in the newspaper. Shinra Inc. owns the newspaper, so you can't rely on that. I want to know the truth. I want to know what happened. I challenged Sephiroth and lived. Why didn't he kill me? I'm alive too. A lot of this doesn't make sense. What about Genova? It was in the Shinra building, right? Shinra shipped it from Nibelheim to Midgar. Did someone carry it out later? It was missing from the Shinra building. Sephiroth? None of this makes sense. I'm going, gone. I'm leaving the thinking to you. Yo, Cloud, let's get a move on. Oh, wait a sec. Cloud, what's wrong? You just gonna stand there while Sephiroth heads for the Promised Land? I ain't letting Sephiroth or Shinra get to no Promised Land. If they do, we're all screwed. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful, just beautiful. Is that all? Just leave it to me. Oh, brother. Cloud. How bad was I after Sephiroth stabbed me? I thought you were a goner. That was so sad. The ancients, Cetra, Genova, Sephiroth, and myself. Let's go. Barrett's waiting. What a fascinating story. Gosh, I love Red. Red is such a great fly on the wall character. Yo, Cloud, here. Here we go. Now we can swap party members freely. Now we essentially have party members at any given moment. PHS will put us in constant contact with each other. Alright then, we're out of here. Oh, we got full on everybody. That should hopefully mean that we can finally, like, equip anybody now? Or not? Please? Okay. Okay, so what we want to do... Let's PHS. Barrett. I'll swap you in for Tifa really quick. And then I'm gonna give you a thing. So, duly noted, these are really, really good and really strong. And have a lot of materia slots, but also they're melee weapons. So now you gotta keep Barrett in the front. Or else he's just going to do, like, no damage. Oh yeah, I forgot we do have poison, huh? Should Barrett have poison? I kind of like the idea of Cloud doing poison? But also, you know, it's like, oh, we also have that matcha magic spell now, which I think was like the missiles, maybe? But okay, I mean, we're probably not done in calm yet. I didn't do anything there, right? So what we need to do is check that out. But we're gonna check that out in a moment while I consult the guide. Okay. We're actually heading right back in because there's a bunch of items in all these places. In true Final Fantasy fashion, when you head to town, just examine like cabinets, clocks, barrels, boxes, just about anything. Just like try. Listen to me now. Just now, some guy in a black coat walked east towards the grassy field. He's got this killer sword. It looks really scary. Stay away from that guy. He'll kill you. He'll kill you for fun. Yeah, in FF6, you just get like a bunch of elixirs every time you examine a clock. Like a clock in any town. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so... Oh, I think I said the one on the left, so is it here? Can't reach it. Can't reach it. Since we have to examine it 5 times. What? Why would you think to keep examining it like that would change anything, though? That's so funny. Okay, so hold on. What was it? It was, a Mega Elixir. That's crazy. Fully restores all members' HP and MP. That's actually wild. Like, genuinely. Raises Vitality. Oh, yeah. This is like a permanent stat upgrade, I'm pretty sure. Main character privilege. Sorry. Oh, yeah, hold on. Oh, yeah, we have like a bunch of stuff. Okay. What does Vitality specifically do? Let me see something. Okay, hold on. FF7 Vitality stat. Let's see, affects the defensive statistic. A creature's vitality is either versus strength to help determine damage, is used to determine HP. Vitality is often... Give me... First off, give me 7. Vitality affects the amount of damage taken from physical attacks. Gotcha. Okay. I mean... Yeah, just further beef up Barret. Well, Barret's also in the front now, too. He's not in the back because he doesn't have a ranged weapon. That's fine. But I'm going to assume that Spirit is, Spirit. Spirit's going to be that, but for magic defense. Spirit determines defense against magic attacks. Yeah. However, due to a bug in the coding, the magic defense value is not used, and Spirit alone determines the character's magic defense. Wait, what? The player's overall magic defense was intended to be a sum of the character's spirit and the magic defense value of their armor. However, due to a bug in the coding, that happens a lot in these old RPGs. You have stats that actually just like don't mean anything. In what? Secret of Mana, like a bunch of the stats don't do anything, or like half the things that items say they do don't actually affect anything. Okay. The differences between characters are small, but Barret has the lowest natural spirit out of any playable character. Right, which makes sense. Okay. I think that makes the most sense. Probably sell some of this stuff, to be honest, unless you want to hoard things, which you can. Probably further increase Eris's defense and magic, and then sure, Cloud can be immune to poison, because why not? Okay, so that's that. There's Mega Elixir. Crazy to get a Mega Elixir right now, to be completely honest. But I mean, I'll take it. Into the house next, the next house on the right. Okay. I do like the music here. I can't wait to see some of these. I mean, the brief glimpses that we've gotten of Calm in Rebirth is kind of crazy. Oh, yep, it's just an ether behind a door randomly. Hello, ma'am. Thanks to the Mako energy, life's pretty darn convenient thanks to Shinra. Don't you think? Geez, I don't need to come out swinging. No, here's the thing. She's right. Yeah, it is convenient. See? How would we get back without Mako energy? We would make do. It's one of those things where people are like, well, what? Do you not want to, like, have all the nice things you have? And I'm always in the boat of, like, no, here's the thing. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it wouldn't absolutely blow if we did, like, a full hard change into changing like what energy resources that we use, stuff like that. That's gonna be hard. That's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be inconvenient, right? But it's kind of like, yeah, but it's gonna be, well, it's gonna inconvenience all of us and then we'll all just have to get over it together, right? Like, it's because it's better for us, and the alternative is there is no human race eventually, which we seem to be against, generally speaking. Thanks to the Mako energy Shinra Inc. develops for us, everything's more convenient now. Yeah, a lot of early storytelling in general, but especially like games and other things, right? A lot of it, like big environmentalist messaging and stuff like that. I feel like you don't see that too often anymore. You see that a lot. Oh, dog. Did you say you came from Midgar? I used to live there too, but I heard they got lots of troubles lately. Yeah, it's not great. You know what this music kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of, Twilight Town, Kingdom Hearts 2. Locks can't open it. Oh, there's actually a note about this. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. We got that ether. The house in the middle contains an ether upstairs, which is found in the cabinet. This cabinet? It sure is. A friendly reminder from Absolute Steve. If you're low on money, an ether goes for 750. And honestly, I rarely have had to even like use ethers, like to get people's MP back. So it might be worth it. It does say something about this locked chest. So it says the locked chest here cannot be opened. There have been valid rumors that it was part of a side quest involving dummied out key items, letter to a daughter and letter to a wife. The reward for this quest was probably the golem materia, which I'm assuming got rearranged to be at a different point in the game. But yeah, apparently, so this chest just doesn't open. So, just one of those things that you would be thinking about for the entire game that would just lead to nothing. Last house. There's some stuff in the last house, okay. Right here. Suspicious looking man in a black coat. He's carrying a mean looking sword. Meaner than my sword? My sword looks pretty mean. Oh, here's a spiral staircase. Peacemaker. Yeah, that little melody right there. Da 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 da. That's like straight. That's like literally in Twilight Town. Gosh, the Traverse Town, Twilight Town, some of the best RPG game areas / music. I just love it to death. Okay, so what was that? Right, we have 2 of those. Wait, hold on. Let's see. What is it? What's Peacemaker? Peacemaker is... This is a weapon for a future character. Oh. Tranquilizer, Peacekeeper. Oh my gosh, wait, that's a... That's literally for Vincent. What? Why would it give us that now? I mean, alright. Good to know? Duly noted, I guess? Alright. Whatever. Okay. Well, the brother's so stupid. He's so embarrassing. I could puke. I think I will. I'm sorry, little girl. Guard source? Oh, heck yeah. Alright. Cabinet left of the girl. While taking a peek through the small window doesn't do anything, it's still a need to know of the possibility. Taking a peek through the small window? Like one of these windows? What are you doing, kid? When I grow up, I'm gonna be a soldier. That's why I'm training hard now. Don't. The track record of good things happening to people who have been in soldier? Very slim. I would say maybe just don't do... Oh, this small window? What was it? The small window upstairs? Oh, yeah. Oh! That's fun. Oh, what an interesting little tower that's just like attached to this house. Calm has such interesting architecture too. It's like a mix between the kind of fantasy town you'd expect in a lot of Final Fantasy games. Here's the thing, Final Fantasy, I think people sort of misunderstand that a majority of Final Fantasy games are like have this combination of like futuristic, like sci-fi and like traditional fantasy elements. Like way more than you think like on the surface. President Shinra was killed, and his son Rufus, as the new president, was hurt badly. Hey, I bet that's news to you. Yeah, you're pretty smart. Just between us, I heard it was them Avawodia columns that got the president and his son. Well, kinda, sorta. The famous floating city Midgar. Just once, I'd love to see it in person. It's kinda gross. Generally speaking, kinda not great. Thanks to the Mako energy Shinra Inc. develops for us, everything is more convenient now. My old man was a miner, but he couldn't go to work after monsters started appearing in the Mythal mines. Now all he does is sit around and get drunk in the bar. Which is a man's right. Okay, it seems like there's one more thing to do in this house. Is it true that Shinra makes monsters? It's true. Yeah, well, either way, as long as we use reactors, we can't stand up to Shinra. It is hard to fight against the people who you are actively ether. Heck yeah, so many ethers. Which is great, because ethers are usually the more rare. I mean, any MP giving item is usually the rarer item for sure. Yeah, it's hard to fight against your oppressors when your oppressors are integrated into every facet of your life. World's at peace, all's well. Ooh, nobody tell him. We'll save that for disc 2. Okay, so now it says we can hit up shops. Now apparently there is an upgrade for Tifa here, but apparently we can steal a better glove for Tifa pretty soon. So I will take that advice and skip it for now. What else we got, though? Potions, Phoenix Downs. Yeah, see, you can't even buy ethers. Like, even still. I'm gonna buy... I'll buy not 11. 2 more tents. Just so we have... So we're not just running around with like 1 tent for the future every single time we go out. We can, however... I mean, presumably we can sell some things, right? Cause like, let's see. We don't need the guard stick or the mithril rod. Or the assault gun. Or the leather glove. I mean, these, yeah, they're just redundant. Obviously, you can't sell the Buster Sword, because the Buster Sword's like an actual, like, story item, if you can believe it. But, yeah, let's see here. I mean, unless there's a reason not to. Okay, this might be a case of people just having a very different mentality than me. Alright, yeah? A majority of people that I'm reading who have been asked a question, across the board, are like, no, yeah, it's like, no, don't sell anything. Don't sell anything. Don't sell any of the weapons. Don't sell any of the equipment. And I'm sitting here like, are you... Really? None of them? I understand. Man, dang, 6 mythal armlets? Why do we have so many? Oh, weird. Must be because I bought some. I don't know. Because I know different pieces of equipment have different growth rates, so I guess having options is not bad in case you're like looking to grind AP for stuff. But I don't know. Kind of strange. I mean, I won't. You know what I mean? Like, I won't do that. But, hold on. An ether sells for 750. An elixir sells for 1 gil? 1 gil? Why are ethers so much? Are people like hopped up on freaking... Are ethers drugs? Crazy, okay. So you know what? I mean, I don't need the money anyways. I normally just do it for like decluttering. But I will, for once, I'm gonna take this weird piece of advice that everybody seems to be unanimously in agreement with and just not do that, I guess. I'll hang on to stuff so I have options in case I ever like really need something. Materia store. Oh yeah. What don't we have? We have multiple sense heal. Oh, I think this is like what, like a Suna and clearing status effects and whatnot. Okay, well I'll buy the 2 that I don't have. Cool. Now let's see here. Materia. I wish we could just access everybody at all times. Weapon store. Sure. Mithril Saber is worse than the Hard Edge. Well, you do have to steal for the Hard Edge. Okay, so we're gonna wait on Tifa, because apparently she'll get a better thing. The scissors are better than the cannonball. I think the cannonball is literally another physical weapon. That's like... So we're better on both of those. Growth normal. Better on her from something that we stole a little while. Wow, okay, so evidently steal stuff when you can do that. Kinda interesting. Alright, I think after that, I think we're good to go. I mean, there's nothing else that we have to do here. I don't know if there's anything else to, like, anybody else to talk to or see, or anything else to see. I don't think so. Pretty sure that actually kind of, like, naturally hit up everybody. Alright, so now we can finally start making our way towards... So listen to me, just now a guy in the black coat walked east. Well, I know first things first, we gotta hit up the Chocobo farm. For reasons. Which would be... this way? This is east-ish. Apparently Matra magic... Actually, okay, so let's do something really quick. Really quick, let's put Red 13 in here. Red, what kind of magic do you have? You have all fire? I'll give the heal to Aerith because white mage things. Sure, you can have Earth as well, because that... I always give people magic based off of, like, vibes. Right, so we definitely want to build... Oh my gosh, it takes forever to build materia up. Jeez. No, I'm almost like... I'm almost kind of like, hey, whoever's in the party needs to have as much materia equipped as possible so we can build it up, you know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel at the moment. Alright. Well, because then... Oh, which would then mean... Okay, so let me... Okay, so I'm going to be probably swapping people's materia out way more than usual. I wish they would just let you have everybody on the same screen so I could just do that more freely. But I understand. I'll just have to remember when... people are swapping back to... There you go, and then I'll give Materia Cloud. I'll give you Steel. Okay. Cool. Everything that, because yeah, I mean, you want, because things can take. I feel like some materia, if you're playing casually, especially, materia can take like all game to build up. So it's kind of like you want to hit that up as much as possible. Okay. Time to see what to do next. Ooh, the music is moody. Okay. So we're just going straight to the Chocobo farm, and that's all we need to worry about at the moment. It did say that this matcha magic spell, which I don't think I got the first time, just because, I mean, again, the first time I was playing casually, and I kind of just went through most things blind. I looked up some things eventually, or occasionally, rather. Hold on, we did get a, yeah, card source. Main character privilege. So I'm gonna use Matcha Magic and see how that goes. It says it can like wipe out most people immediately. It's an AoE spell, which is cool. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty good. That wasn't half bad. 200? Everybody on the screen? Okay. No, yeah, I mean, that's very awesome. I like how it's called Matra Magic, but its Cloud is launching missiles from his back. Oh, I didn't even look at Barrett's weapon yet. Horrifying. Oh, Blade Beam? Hold the phone. Oh, interesting. Hold on. Check. Diffuses after hitting one opponent. Diffuses after hitting one opponent. What does that mean? I mean, Cross Slash does 1,000,000 damage and has a chance to hit somebody, but... Sure. I'll give it a shot, because that seems interesting. Reduces one opponent's MP. Weird. And only has that so far. Okay. Well, we'll give that a shot for now. Well, there's a farm. I like the angle of all this too. Ooh, I know what's... Oh, you can already see him moving around over there a little bit. I know what that's all about. Oh. Oh, what are you guys? 45 damage. Heck yeah, Barrett. Tank it. Poor Barrett, he's just taking full damage. Wow. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like... It's kind of like, yeah, I don't know... I can't think of a reason why you wouldn't just do that, you know? Look. Okay. No, yeah, this is good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm having a truly magical time. Choco Mag Materia, heck yeah. Okay, so this is an interesting material. I understand more about it now. It has its element is wind, and it we got some. So, Absolute Steve says that the Chocomog materia will give people wind. So if you were to do something, for instance, like putting it in there like that, then what would end up happening is, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna give Barrett Steel for now. The thing that you would do is apparently a lot of enemies in the game are weak to wind, so you would be doing more damage. And then I guess apparently flying enemies in particular are like typically weak to wind. So if you have a ranged character, they're good to have like element wind on their attacks because they will always be able to reach a flying enemy. Because oftentimes people who are unless you have a materia that we get a little bit later called long range, people with melee weapons won't be able to attack like certain enemies if they're flying. So that's good to know. I think. Everybody's pretty strong right now. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap another character in. I think I'm gonna leave Eris in the party just because she has the stuff. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'll swap Barrett out because Barrett got some goods. Dang, 619 HP, jeepers. Yeah, let's get Red 13 in here for a little bit. Haven't really done much with Red 13. I'll give you steel. Sure. Don't matter too much. Oh, we can actually see chocobo tracks all over the place now too. It's funny how like how easily you could just miss the first summon materia of the game. I think for now what we're gonna do though is yeah, I think so. Because it'll still be good for Clyde to have. We don't have any ranged attackers at the moment, so it's kind of like whatever. Hey there, bud. Thinking of crossing the marshes? Yeah, I was considering it. Then it'll probably be safe for you to get a chocobo. The way you can zip through the marshes with the chocobo, it's the only way to avoid being attacked by the Midgarzolem. Midgarzolem? It's a serpent-like creature over 30 feet tall. It's funny, out of all the I mean, I'm hyped about a lot of things. I'm so excited to see what they do with the Midgarzolem part of the game. I want this thing to be crazy because they made so many bosses that are like dead in a second. They made them like these huge cinematic moments in the game. I'm so excited to see what the Midgarzolem is like. It detects the footsteps of anyone in the marshes, and then bam, it attacks. To avoid that, buy a chocobo at me and the Chocobo Billy's Chocobo Farm. To purchase the chocobo, talk to my grandson. He's in the chocobo stables at the far right end of the farm. Gotcha, boss. Looking for an inn? Yeah. How about 100 gil a night? Jeez. Alright. Thank you for your patronage. 100 gil a night? I've been giving people like 10 gil. That's like, I don't know, I get into like 2 fights, it pays that off, I guess. Okay, the only thing we need to do now, we need to go talk to his grandson. And drop a lot of money right now in a moment. Do you want a chocobo? Give me one? You old folks are out of luck. Old folks? Well, out of chocobos. I'm taking care of the ones out there for someone else. You know, if you really want a chocobo, you should go out and catch one. Want to know how to catch one? I know that we need grains. I know that we need the lure. But sure, let's give me the rundown just so I can freshen up my mind. You see those claw prints out there? Wild chocobos will appear in those areas. But if you don't have a chocobo lure, they won't come out. They're very cautious by nature. Chocobo lure is a type of materia which attracts chocobos. If you equip this, they'll come to you, but without it, they won't appear. Wild chocobos always appear with other monsters, but you won't be able to catch it because of the monsters. That's why you have to defeat the monsters first before you catch the chocobo. And then? Wild chocobos are really cautious, they'll run away from the smallest things, but if you use greens, they'll focus on them and they won't run away. So you use greens to keep them there while you dispatch the monsters, I guess? Okay, what else? Whatever you do, don't make chocobos angry. They're usually calm, but if you get them angry, you'll get hurt. And remember, once you get off a chocobo, it'll escape. Well then, shall we get down to business? I'll sell you the chocobo lure for 2,000 gil right now. Yeah, thanks. It wouldn't hurt to buy some greens either. On how fast a chocobo will finish eating depends on what type of greens you feed them. Okay. Oh, good heavens. That's so many greens, though. Ay, okay. I guess I can justify... I'll buy 3 Tantal, and then I'll buy 3 Gazelle greens. Good heavens. Wasn't it really expensive? Don't be mad at my brother or grandpa. Ever since Mom and Dad died, it's been like this. It was really expensive, kid. But I'll try to be understanding. I appreciate you being forward with me. Freaking brutal. You know what I will do, actually? I think I will sell some of those, get that money a little bit back up. Yeah, you sell 3 of these and you get 2,000 gold for 3 of these? That's actually, that actually is extremely worth it. Especially since you can steal them off of some stuff. Okay, now let me see. Now, you can actually do... Before you catch a chocobo, travel over the marshes, consider doing a few optional things that really boost your team's power. Alright. We got some freaking stuff to do now. And I know what some of this is, because I did make sure to do this the first time. Alright. I'm going to review this, and then we're going to take this one thing at a time. Yo, this is some nightmare stuff. Okay. I know what to do first. We're talking about, like, needing to make sure characters' levels aren't divisible by 4. Okay, so we're trying to get 3 enemy skills. One is an obvious one. It's Beta from the Midgar Zolom, which can just one-shot you. So, Godspeed to all of us. Good heavens. Look at him moving around. Yeah, he's ready. He's freaking ready for us now. It's horrifying. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna save first. Now, we have gotten things in preparation for this moment. Right now, Cloud's HP is divisible by 4. Not great. All we need to do, though, is get hit by the thing and then be good. So, we need to find... a mole-like creatures called Moo. And then we need them to use this ability, and this ability is rare for them to use. So... I'm going to try to run into one, and we'll see what happens. Wish me luck? I mean, thankfully... Oh. That's the guy. Is that... Those have to be the guys. Little mole guys? Surely that's it. Oh. Oh wait, it's happening. Ow. I learned it. Cloud just needs to live. Hey, don't kill Cloud, though. Yeah? Oh, Cloud got healed. Why did Cloud get healed? I wonder. Good heavens. These guys are actually a nightmare to deal with. I did get very lucky. Wow. Literally the first one. Okay, so this literally said that they're fairly uncommon to encounter and they don't use the attack all that often. I literally first encounter, I encountered them And the first thing they did was use that skill. It's freaking luck of a gamer, baby. Let's go. That's crazy. That's actually wild. Okay. Well. I mean, cool. I guess we'll just move on to the next thing. The next thing is way more difficult. Like the things that you have to do in order to pull this off is kind of crazy. All right, so it says, with the above skill in your possession, it is possible to also acquire the skill Choco Buckle. So yeah, one of these things leads to the other. This thing is such a nightmare though. Okay, so there's a combination of things that we need, right? So I think, yeah, Red 13 has Sense, which is good. Cloud's gonna have the L for Suicide. What a weird name. But Cloud has it. So here's the thing. It says, this one's a lot harder to get. In order for a Chocobo to use this, we have to fight Chocobos now. In order for a Chocobo to use this skill, it needs to lose 31 30 seconds of its HP, and the attack may not fully deplete its HP. Furthermore, the Chocobo must have eaten either a Silkus or Mimic Greens to unlock the possibility of using the skill at all. How would you ever figure this out? How did people figure this out? Okay, so just how exactly do you deal with this? Absolute Steve says, buy at least one Mimic Green from Chocobo Billy back at the stables. Save your game. Get into a battle with a Chocobo and sense it to see if it's level 16. If not, try and get another battle with a Chocobo until it is. Then use the Mimic Green on it. Cast L for Suicide. The Chocobo will counter with Choco Buckle. So this is like, so it sounds complicated and hard. It's actually all pretty straightforward. The only thing that is worrisome is having to dish out some money on a very specific green. This is why I've dreamed of doing this golden run of Final Fantasy VII the next time I played it, because I was like, I know these old games have some absolute nonsense in them, and at least once in my life, I want to do the nonsense. Oh, we don't even have access to the other green. We have to just dish out. Good heavens. 1,500 on that green. It's a good thing I sold some freaking ethers. Get me out of here. Okay. So we're gonna save. I need to equip the lure. The lure actually has some stats on it, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, it has +1 luck, and then you ability list. Meet Chocobos. Lovely. Okay. Gonna walk. And then we need to use Sense on it. None of these guys are the guy. Oh, I could have just had red. Steal, just to do it. I cannot believe we did that on the first try. Like, genuinely, I'm absolutely shocked. Who the heck are these guys? You know, this kind of works out because we kind of need to, apparently, in order to help get the Midgar Zolem's ability right now, we do need to get levels on Eris. That didn't do a lot of damage. What am I looking at with these guys? Oh, are these guys just like really strong against magic, it looks like? Huh. Weird. I guess I'll just have you guys use some normal attacks on them. Yeah, because you just need physical attacks. How much does Blade Beam actually do? Oh, okay. I mean, it... Oh, it hits an enemy and then it diffuses. I understand what that meant now. That's actually great. It also looks sick. Alright, so I'm gonna be finding some Chocobo and then I'll let you know when I do. Oh, I could hear the music. Okay. Defend. Oh, I need red to use. Did it leave immediately? It left immediately? What do you mean? Do we really have to use a thing on it, like, that fast? That's crazy. Okay. I mean... Well, shoot. Well, dang. Ares has Fury? Why does Ares have Fury? What pissed Ares off? Maybe Ares was also just like, I can't believe we finally found a Chocobo, and then it immediately ran away. I know, Ares. It sucks. I'm really angry. I'm really angry about it. Alright. See you in a moment. Everybody stay calm. I need to wait for red to be able to use sense. Oh wait, no, I need to... I didn't see its level. Did it just run away? I'm so sad. Oh, it doesn't matter what we do. I need to reset because I used my freaking Mimic Green. Alright, I'll be back. Crud. Please. They leave so quickly. They leave so quickly. I feel like I'm just gonna have to... Well, you have to use the green on it, right? I don't have time to sense it. All I have time for is to... Like, truly, I only have time to give it the green and then use the ability on it. That's all I have time for. Like I don't have time to screw around trying to like make sure it's the right thing first. They leave instantly. It's crazy. Also, my characters randomly decide who goes first every time we get to a fight. It's weird. I'll just have to reset if it doesn't work. 13! Oh my gosh. Oh wait, hold on. So its other stats... so I did have a level 16 one last time. Well, that sucks. Bailed. Okay, I'll have to reset. I think we did it. I think we did it. I think that's it. We did it. Oh. What is that thing? Oh. What if it killed me? That would be so funny. Oh my gosh, we did it. Okay. We're good. We're good. Good heavens. Okay. Here's the thing, though. That this one seems more complicated than the next one. The Midgar-Zolom one just has a little bit of preparation to it. Like, we just need to get Eris to have a thing. Granted, I mean, we have to go get to the next area in order for her to get the thing. So I'm not really sure. Not really sure that's gonna work. Okay, cool. Neat. We can save. We can save. We got the thing. Oh, okay, that didn't take too long. It honestly didn't take too long. It was just the exact combinations of things you needed in order to pull that off was kind of a little whack, to say the least. Thank goodness for the freaking 3x speed though. Oh boy, if I didn't have that 3x speed, ay. All right, so this is finicky. There's two strategies for getting this beta from Zolom right now. There's two strategies for this. Strategy 1 involves a lot of grinding, a lot of fights, and we'd have to go forward to the next area and then come back to this one. Strategy 2 involves using what we have right now and making do. So I think I'm gonna do that. Is what I think we're gonna do. Ay. Okay. It's gonna involve moving a lot of stuff around. They said that this is a advanced an advanced thing to do. I can see why. It does involve a lot of things. Hold on. What do we have? Items. Cure sadness. Do we have a tranquilizer? Tranquilizers give people sadness if they're not fury. We used one to cure Eris. Okay, so everybody won't be sad. That's for sure. All right. I'm just reviewing this to make sure that I have it in my mind, the combinations of things that need to happen. And if I'm sloppy, that's fine. I don't mind being sloppy as long as we get it done, because I would like to get that. I would definitely like to get this. It involves not giving everybody a bunch of materia, obviously, because that will freaking kill them. Because see, strategy 1 would involve getting Eris a limit break. That's like a... It would involve getting her her 3-1 limit break, which just seems like a lot of... Like a big jump forward, you know? Really good limit break, I could see why it would work, but... I'm scrappy. I can get down with the best of them. I think I can do strategy 2. Okay, so there's a big equipping and unequipping process, so I'm gonna do that, and then we can review it together when I'm done. See you on the other side. All right, so here's what this strategy looks like. And remember, I'm not extremely experienced with this, so forgive me. So the idea is the person with the most HP and the highest spirit, i.e. the magic defense stat, should be equipped with the enemy skill, because they are the person who needs to be able to tank beta. And they need to be equipped with elemental on fire on your elemental materia on their armor in order to like cut that damage. I'm not gonna cut it in half. I think it's gonna cut it by a fourth. I think maybe it cuts it by half, which would be awesome. On the next character, or just on another character, they need Chocomog with poison, because their job is going to be to poison the person. And then the last person just needs to know Restore. I'm having these 3 characters be part of the lineup. One, because Eris has like natural healing in her kit, which is really awesome, and we need to get everybody's limit gauges up. and because these 3 have the highest magic defense. Eris actually almost beat Cloud out. Cloud had like 1 more magic spirit than Eris did, and just way more HP. So that's why we're equipping like that. You don't have anything else equipped on them because that would lower their HP. That's kind of the give and take of materia, is that like, oh, you want to fill everybody's slots up with materia, but a lot of them, like a lot of the magic ones, lower their HP and their strength, which are both like not great. The next thing we got to do is we need to move them all to the back line, and then we need to get to a random encounter and just face tank until everybody has their limits, which is easy enough. You literally just sit there and like get hit a bunch in the face. I could do that. I'm great at that. And that was pretty easy. Especially I just had it on ×3 speed. It's really hard to like stay on the ball of like giving your characters commands when you're at ×3 speed, but it was working okay. I'm hoping that having Eris here will. They mentioned. I think they wanted you to have like. I think they're implying that they want you to have people with limit breaks that do damage. I'm going to assume it's okay. Okay. So everybody has their limit break up. I'm a little scared. I'm a little nervous even. Let's go by type, but then we're actually going to arrange it, customize it. We're going to want the grabby balls at the top, because that's what these were for. The things that we got way earlier, that's what these are for. Because these cut enemies' HP, because enemies that aren't, don't have any resistances against Demi and stuff like that, these cut their HP by like a percentage. Obviously, the amount it cuts, it can't kill them, right? Obviously, but okay. And then we're gonna want to use Aerith's magic, do some full curing and whatnot, and then I think that one more thing. Everybody's in the back row, and we use this. I'm gonna give these to Cloud has Fury. Shoot. That means that the one tranquilizer would just cancel this out. Why'd they have to give Cloud Fury? I don't have anything else for this. I could run back to the thing and rest, maybe? Well, here, just in case this won't, just in case, I don't know if resting will get rid of like people's limit gauge and stuff like that. I wouldn't imagine it would. Should get rid of Fury though. Let's find out. I want to eep. I am eepy. And then we just need to not get into a fight with those birds. Granted, I think those birds only got a status effect on Cloud because I was sitting there face tanking them. All this for some enemy skills. What is this part gonna be? I'm gonna have to do some others. I mean, granted, this part's gonna be chopped up into a million billion pieces, to be fair. Okay. Tranquilizer on you and Red. I'm sorry, just I'll pray for you. I'll see you on the other side. Sadness cuts. So what Sadness does is, I guess it lowers how much limit gauge you get, but it also lowers how much damage you take by 30%. So it's actually like, it's funny. I was like reading what the Fury and Sadness stats do, and I was like, am I back in Amori? Am I back playing Amori all of a sudden? This is kind of funny. Okay. And now we make a save so that we can retry it if we need to. And we go and fight this guy. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, I'm scared. Okay. First scary thing. I mean, it's okay. We have a save. Hey, bud. Let's have a tussle. Okay, so first things first. I'm gonna have Red just be trying to do that. Grabby ball. Grabby ball. And then apparently when it drops below a certain amount of HP, you don't want the person with enemy skill to hit it, or else they will get launched outside of everything. Oh, he looking kind of big. Gonna cure you. Gravity ball. Ah, red. Oh no. Red had bio. Oh wait, when it's tall like this, does it hit people out? Oh, beta, here we go. Live, live, live. Oh, okay. All right. Ooh. Ooh. What? Oh. Oh, right, because red was still... red was still alive. All right, we're just gonna try that again. Round 2. Electric Boogaloo. Everybody has limit up? Okay, cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so we got to a point where we used beta once. What does that mean? What does that mean? That means... One moment. During the fight, do a bunch of this stuff. When its HP drops below 1500, it will counter with beta. So when it drops under 1500 due to poison damage, it won't use beta. Interesting. Just make sure that you don't attack the Zolan with characters that come equipped with enemy skill materia once the snake drops near 2000 HP, or it might knock them out of the battle. Right, which is bad. Right, because we need to kill it. That's the thing. We need to kill it with poison. So I didn't get poison off. We'll try that again. Alright. I'm gonna try to do bio, and then you do gravity ball, and then you do gravity ball. It do so much damage though. You know, oh, okay, we got poison off immediately, which is great. Okay, so that's 1000 HP out of 4000. Ooh, is this gonna mess things up? Now he might just be... Red! No! Right, I mean, we might just be waiting for it to... Okay, I'm gonna have Eris use, crud. Okay, I'm gonna have to spam to have Eris use her thing. Eris dies. Forgot that, and then it's going to kill Cloud again. Okay. Interesting, interesting. Okay. We kind of need red to be there. What if red dies, though? What if red dies by beta? Eris might not. I mean, that's full. That's like full damage, and then she. I mean, full health, like full health, and then she still dies from that. You know. That seems not good when you want to breed chocobos. Huh. Good to know. Yeah, we don't have many options. Like, truly. Alright. We go again. We got poison off immediately the first time, which was really good. Well, the boy is tall. Does the boy... Does the boy knock people out of the fight when he's tall? And only when he's tall? Okay, he's poisoned now. Why does it keep doing that to Red every time? I think we just let it ride out with some poison damage. Ow. Let me see something. It hasn't used beta yet. There it is. So it won't use beta if poison is what gets it below the threshold. He doesn't have that much HP left. Cloud could live. And if Cloud did live... Can we kill it with beta, do you think? How much damage does beta do? Let's see. Apparently he takes a lot of damage from it. Oh my gosh, we did it. It only took 3 tries. Holy crud, okay. We're in a bad spot. Get me out, get me out, get me out. So here's the thing too. He'll come back. He comes back. He comes back like immediately. Holy crud, okay. I just want Eris to be up and then, wow, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so the problem is that Cloud was when he would get hit by beta, he was 1 hit away from dying. So, yeah, I just needed to make sure that Eris healed him first. You know, that actually wasn't that bad, honestly. I know later on the strats for some of the like super bosses and whatnot are gonna be way crazier. But that was not that bad at all. Okay. I mean, cool. Well then, in that case, I'm going to look ahead at what we need to do next. I'm going to resort out all of our materia and things like that, get people back equipped the way they should be, and then we're going to move on. Hey, that was great. That worked out great. Now we have, because now we have L4 Suicide, Matra Magic, and Beta. Oh, and Choco, I forgot, we have Choco Buckle too. Non-elemental damage to anyone, on any one opponent, yeah. Beta is crazy though. I mean, I think Matra Magic, sure, like that'll kill. But I was wiping entire screens of enemies with just Beta alone for a long time. With levels and multiples of 4 too. Very strange, very strange. A bit L4 Suicide, it's just very odd ability, that one. Alright, I'm gonna sort this out. Alright, I wasn't recording. Didn't catch that. I'm glad I caught it now. Okay, I sorted everybody else back. I'm actually going to have Tifa in for a little bit, because she's a little bit behind on experience levels and whatnot. So I gave her all of Red 13's materia. I also gave her Steel, because it just, I don't know, I just feel like it suits her. Yeah, I look at Tifa and I think, man, Tifa, you're a real thief, you know that? But yeah, so that's what she has. Gave Eris Heal, Restore, and then Ice. And then maybe I'll just give her Fire as well. I mean, Eris having options for magic makes sense to me. We're gonna like have a loose sense, but that's fine. I'm not too worried about that. And then we're not gonna use cover because none of these characters should really be covering for each other, to be completely honest. Okay. And then we're gonna have to Chocobo Lore because now here's the thing, we could go and actually probably kick the Zolem's butt again and do it. I'm okay doing it once. I'm okay doing the fun thing and getting a Chocobo. Okay. So I'm gonna grab a Chocobo. I'll see you when we do that. Okay, well, thankfully, we don't need to worry about Anything else? We just need to kill the other two enemies before the bird runs away. No! No, you screw you. Freaking chocobos, man. All my stuff is AoE. This is my dilemma. All of my spells are AoE. So it's really hard to fight around the chocobo. And I can't have Tifa use a limit, because Tifa might kick his head off. Freaking Tifa having a limit right now? Come on, man. I used Tantal Grease on the little guy, and the chocobo ran away immediately. Why? I don't understand. Beta. I'll see you when I get this thing. Gosh dang it. Don't hit the chocobo, Tifa. Don't hit the chocobo. Tifa, no! Tifa, why? Well, I got rid of her limit. Gosh dang it, Tifa. I think I got it this time. I rearranged things. I forgot RPGs take planning, and I'm not, like, great at that. I don't take a lot of things into consideration, but I am trying to do better. Don't hit the chocobo! Tifa! Tifa, come on! Oh, why? And then you put this into the gun in your mouth, and then you just pull this little thing called the trigger. Oh, we did it. Thank goodness, too, because I told Tifa to attack an enemy that just died, and I wasn't sure if the fight was going to go on after. Good heavens. How to ride a chocobo. Press B to get off. I'm never going to press B. Chocobos will escape whenever a player dismounts. Ooh, the music is so groovy. Oh, look at the chocobo freaking sway his hips to the music. Oh, we can't even enter, like, the... Interesting, weird, okay. Oh, nope. We can't, oh my gosh, we're super fast. We can't, yoinks. Oh, this moment. I can't wait to see how this moment's adapted, because this is horrifying. This is what I mean. Here, listen, you don't gotta be super gory. You can stay within, like, ESRB or T for teen, right? Use blood. Blood is a very effective tool, because this is gruesome. Did Sephiroth do this? Our enemy is someone that could do this? Amazing. Yeah, I do like how him killing some, like, random, like, old bastard man sitting on his, like, in his ivory tower or whatever. That doesn't really say much about Sephiroth, right? But this moment, the amount of work that this moment does to really get you to be like, hey, you know that thing that could chase you down and one-shot you unless you did, like, ample preparation ahead of time to face it? Yeah, that terrible monster, the first, like, potentially unbeatable creature in the game. Yeah, Sephiroth just freaking stuck it on a spike. He just rammed its head through a tree. Sephiroth is not. We're not, because it starts off with, like, yeah, we're gonna go hunt down this guy, and then it becomes very apparent that, like, no, we're not hunting down a person. Sephiroth isn't like a human being. Alright, gang, no worries. Cue the music again. Okay. Well, we can dismount. Goodbye, Chocobo friend. We're going to set... Oh, that's why Cloud isn't doing much damage, huh? Well, no, Cloud has been doing okay damage, but I feel like he should be doing way more. I feel like in large part to the fact that he's still sad. And I'm still sad. I feel as though... Yeah, Barrett's a level behind now. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. One moment. Oh, weird. I was hanging up, I got like a little bouquet of flowers from a friend, and she was like telling me, yeah, if you hang them up, upside down, they'll dry effectively. I heard something drop behind me. Looks like the tape, they've been hanging up there for like a couple days now, and it looks like it finally gave. Oh well. Okay, come on, Barrett. Barrett should still be in the front row now. Materia. But Barrett can... Well, first off, let's arrange. Yeah. You can cover. Barrett, you can maybe steal as an option. And then you can sense. And then what do we got? We got all fire, and then you can have earth. Is there anything else? I don't think there's anything else. Okay. Neat. Those birds are really weak to poison, I noticed. Okay. I think with that, we're ready to move on ahead. I'm going to try to keep everybody's levels just about even. Obviously, Cloud's going to be highest no matter what. Especially with all the extra grinding and extra tactical boosts we're trying to get throughout the game. But now we can just move on. After that horrifying scene. Okay, we're going in. So let's see. There is an assortment of things that we want to be on the lookout for here. There's also... This is where we're going to steal a new item for Tifa. And then we also we can also get another enemy skill here. There's something called Arc Dragons. Have Flamethrower, but they're gonna have to hit Cloud. First, who has what? Cloud has enemy skill, and then Barrett has Steel. Awesome. Sounds good to me. Oh, the little flying guys, the Arc Dragons? Who's to say? Oh. Are you hitting Cloud? No. Okay, well that's good to know. Okay. I probably could have had Cloud start picking off some of these other guys. That's fine. On Cloud? Wow, okay, that was super easy. I'm just like kind of doing great, to be completely honest. Bonk. Honestly, yeah, free heal right now would actually be great. Everybody kind of got torn up a little bit, to be honest. Cool. Seal Evil. What does Seal Evil do? Alright, so that already handled that, which is kind of crazy to me. Oh, can I can cure sadness. I have a hyper. There we go. Since it's just going to last for eternity, I guess. Yeah, what the heck was that, Ares? Constrains and stop the magic of all opponents. That actually is pretty cool. I mean, the healing wind's just so nice, though, as like a free heal. now we can just do whatever the heck we want. Matcha magic. I could just use beta now too, to be completely honest. Yeah. Oh, still ethers from those guys? Wow. That would be pretty freaking cool to do. Awesome. Got an ether. I got a tent. I'm digging the music. I remember this song though. Okay, let's see. Head to the right, climb up the vines. Oh, it said head from entering. It says head right, climb up the vines. Oh, the vines over here? Oh, the vines right here? Oh. Again, how would I ever have even assumed that that was a thing to do? Oh, no, the snakes use cold magic. So the snakes would be weak to fire, and then the big guy would be weak to ice, presumably. Dang, Barret do be doing some nasty, freaking damage like that. Getting a lot of high potions too. Oh yeah, here we go. Like, what the heck? How even? Long range. Okay, now this is cool, because what we can do with this now, this is actually, like, better than I would have assumed. Same attack power, even if in the back row. Yeah, essentially, it makes anybody have a long-ranged attack, which is pretty wild. Which means that now, Cloud can sit in the back and do just as much damage as he would be doing otherwise. Which is crazy. Got an ether and a tent if you're interested. Okay, we already got the flamethrower. Back to the initial 9s. Keep a lookout for, okay. Steal the glove for Tifa. So in these areas, in the actual mine areas, we can keep out for, they're gonna be enemies that swing balls over their heads? Did we just exit? Oh, we entered from the... all turned around. I am all turned around. Oh, these guys. We'll use it just to use it. Ooh, one shot. Oh, that's some freaking damage. These guys are weird looking. Just got a good look at them. I don't like it. Come on, Barret, you can do it. What status effect is on Barret right now? It's just like bummed out? Come on, Barret, you can do it. Oh, I don't like looking at these guys head on. I'm gonna have to remember now if I ever take long range off to move Cloud back. This is a little tough. Maybe it's like a hard, very low rate? Well, maybe. Thank you, times 3 speed. Thank you, port. Oh, nothing, 2 steel? Oh, I must have gotten it then. Oh, jeez. It's like, yeah, you know, my characters will do 1,000,000 damage when I finally decide it's time to attack. Must have missed when we got it. Let's see. Grand Glove, yeah. Sweet. By type. And then let's use some magic from Aerith. Cool. That seems to be, let's see. Make your way through the cave and grab a mind source. Lower right, okay. It's hard not to want to put that on not the main character, but the rules are the rules, main character privilege. Cloud will never die. Don't you understand? Just a second. Who are you? Do you know who I am? You're the Turks. Yeah. It hasn't been that long. Well, if you know, then this won't take long. It's difficult to explain what the Turks do. Kidnapping, right? To put it negatively, you could say that. That's great. Well, that's not all there is to it anymore. So. It's alright, Rude. I know you don't like speeches, so don't force it. Then explain, Elena. I love these characters. They're terrible people. They kidnap people. They kill people. They drop to the freaking plate on Sector 7. They're terrible people, and yet I can't help but love them so much. I'm the newest member of the Turks, Elena. Thanks to what you did to Reno, we're short-handed. But because of that, I got promoted to the Turks. Were you saying that to me? Were you saying that to, like, the viewers and the players, Elena? Anyhow, our job is to find out where Sephiroth is headed, and to try and stop you every step of the way. Wait a minute. It's the other way around. You're the ones that are getting in our way. Oh, hey, Sang. Elena, you talk too much. Mr. Sang? No need to tell them about our orders. Sorry, Sang. I thought I gave you orders. I have your orders? Now go, don't forget to file your report. Oh, right. Very well. Rude and I will go after Sephiroth, who's heading to Junon Harbor. Elena, you don't seem to understand. Oh, I'm sorry. Go, don't let Sephiroth get away. Now we're actually gonna get to fight. They've shown in the trailers for Rebirth, we're actually gonna get to fight these two characters here, which is awesome because any fight with another like human character in Remake is like they're some of the best fights, genuinely. So I'm kind of hyped for that. I'm afraid to replay Remake because I'm gonna be doing it on a hard mode, and from what I've seen, it's like legit difficult. But it's not just like, oh, people do more damage, you do less damage. Or people have like way more HP. It's not just that. There's like other mechanics that they tweaked with like how you heal and stuff like that. I think you can't use items anymore, so you have to like get really good at like managing your ATB and like your abilities and whatnot, which I'm down to try. If it ends up being like absolutely miserable, I'll just keep playing back on normal, but we'll see. Reno said he wanted to see you after the injuries you gave him healed. He wants to show his affection for you all with a new weapon. Well then. Aeris, long time no see. Looks like you're safe from the Shinra for a while, now that Sephiroth reappeared. What are you saying, that I should be grateful to Sephiroth? No. I won't be seeing much of you, so take care. strange hearing that from you. Well then, stay out of Shinra's way. Let me fight Sang. I want to see what the Sang can do. Got an elixir. Wow. Just a free elixir like that? Alright. And a high potion. Oh, yeah. Guess that makes sense. Oh, oi! Let me out! I want to live! Dang. Any damage, good damage. You know, what would beta look like on all these guys? Oh, no, I don't want to steal from those guys. Should have tried to steal from the snakes. Oh, they just sucker punched Aerith in the gut. Like, knocked her down. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that's why you go get that spell. It's a little difficult to do. It involves some planning, but I mean, you definitely earn it. That's for sure. And it's worth the thing. Okay. Now there is Fort Condor, which is a thing that apparently we'd be wanting to get. We can also access a new party member right now, which is pretty big. What are everybody levels looking like? Okay, I'll let Barrett and Aerith get to level 17, and then maybe I'll start swapping characters in and out. Yada da da, yada do. Okay. Okay, so the next thing on the agenda is literally just to go to Fort Condor and do Fort Condor things. Which we can do. We've been fighting the Shinra on this battlefield for a long time. We've settled in for a long war with them. Could you spare some time and help us fight them? We won't sound pushy, but if you're busy with something, why don't you finish that first? We'll help you. Really. Go up and they'll fill you in on the details. Aye, Captain. Yeah, so this is essentially a mini game. Now, thankfully, we can actually speed it up. I don't remember. I did it like once before. I don't remember it being very difficult. I'm very curious. They turned this into a mini game that you can play in Intergrade. I know that much. I haven't played Intergrade yet, so I don't know how it is. I know that I've heard that they've improved it. I'm curious how it plays out. Now this is something. I never thought anyone would ever climb up here. Your eyes are different. Well, anyhow, I love it when people comment on Cloud's eyes, like what? Because it's like such. It's nice to like as a reminder of like you can glance at Cloud and there's a key detail about him that you know he's not like a normal person. Any minute now, this will be a battlefield against Shinra. You better get down before you get involved. Shinra. What are those jackasses doing here? What do you mean a battlefield? It appears you have a problem with Shinra too. After all, you climbed up here. Why not listen to what I have to say for a moment? Sure. Do you know what's at the top of this mountain? Huh? Something's up there? Huge bird. The reactor and the condor. That's right. On that mountain is a condor and a reactor. Seems the Shinra doesn't like the idea of having a condor on top of the reactor. Dang, that's one big bird. Why are they trying to get rid of it with weapons? Seems there's some type of special materia in the reactor above us. Because the Condor came, the Shinra rushed troops here. The military wants to get the Condor and all the villagers off this mountain. The Condor is now warming its egg, which hatches only once every few years. We would like to protect the Condor from being harmed. New lives. I'll do it. I'll protect them from Shinra. Well, we must protect the Condor Egg, right? Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to fight Shinra ourselves. That's why we have hired soldiers to help us. As our sponsor, you can help us with a contribution or by fighting alongside us. What do you think? You want to join in our fight? So apparently how this works... Now, I rarely came back here during moments where I could do other fights. But apparently every single time you fight, you need to fight and win, and you will get a reward every single time. We cannot lose, is the big thing, or else we will miss out on treasures. So throughout this playthrough, we are going to be heading back here, I'm assuming, and the guide that I'm using will presumably notify us when we need to get back here. And we will figure that out when the time comes. What's there to think about? We gotta do it. Cloud, why are you still worrying about it? Alright. Hey, welcome to the rescue. Yes, let's do our best. Really, really fun combination of people. Now, apparently you can make contributions. The guide says that that's not necessary. That's what I ended up doing my first playthrough. I just sort of dumped a lot of money into them. Yeah. Sweet. Free heal. Oh. Nope. Free heal. Free save. And then we'll go do the mini game. Now, the guide told me a way that the game can essentially be won easily and essentially cheesed. I'm not too worried about it. I don't remember it being very hard. I think it's just time consuming. But you can, in game, you can increase the speed, and then we can also increase on top of that the speed by like ×3. So I'm not too worried about the time length either. Right. Don't have any of these things. I'll do that. I'll do that. Just to have them. Hello. Do your best. We will too. What do you have? Yeah. Honestly, I used to like double or triple up on certain materia and stuff like that. I think I might just like focus on using the materia the game directly gives me and then buying at least one of every other kind. I think that's gonna help me like build it up faster. I do like the music here. It's very nice. I mean, I do. Does anybody ever need to point out that the music in a Final Fantasy game is really good? Thanks for accepting. So, shall I let you in on our strategy? The enemy has targeted our mountain's reactor and will be climbing to reach it. We must set a trap and hire soldiers to protect the place. Well, this is all we have. This village doesn't have any money. Even if we wanted to fight, we can't because we're broke. We need 400 gil to hire 1 soldier. So if we hire 20 soldiers, we'll need 8,000. We need to ask you to use your own money to hire these soldiers, but the equipment... I'll buy the equipment, set it up, and give the commands. If you don't have time, could you help us with the donation? If you donate the money, we can hire the soldiers and block Shinra's attack. We know that what we're asking is selfish. We sent our wives and children to another village, but we're resigned to stay. Let's get back to basics. If the enemy reaches this shed, you'll have to fight them off immediately. It's not the end of the world, but if you lose repeatedly, it could be dangerous. Now, is there anything you wish to ask? I don't think so, actually. I mean, hold on. Conditions for victory is just wiping out the enemy or killing the enemy commander. If the enemy reaches the shed, they'll attack. You'll have no choice but to battle immediately. If you lose during the direct contact, and even if the enemy gets to the reactor, there's still a chance to win. But it's only a slight chance. We have no idea how much the reactor can endure in an attack. We can't defend against the attack any longer. The Shinra will take our lives, the Condor, and all the materia in the reactor. Okay, well, but we saved first, though, so we can always reset. Fighters, attackers, defenders, shooters, repairers, and workers. Your mobile allies are Stoner, Tristoner, Catapult, and Fire Catapult. What do you want to hear about? I feel like those seem pretty self-explanatory. Position of place B starts the battle. Can only be arranged near the shed in the beginning. Because if the soldiers are too far away, they won't be able to follow instructions. You'll put soldiers above the horizontal line at the very bottom. Soldiers can report by pressing A. B, you'll hear the report without moving. You can bet Shin will send platoons at you on a regular basis. It'd be great if you could spare the time to help us. But if you really don't have the time, would you contribute to financial assistance? Gotcha. Alright. Oh, I see. Oh, big bird. How did Barrett miss this massive bird on the way here? Like, honestly. Okay. Okay, ready. You have 10 enemies. There appear to be many beasts, so you may want to deploy more attackers. Gotcha. Where is the horizontal line? Fighter? Attacker? Oh. Sure. I'm assuming I can set units even once it starts, right? Action, move? Oh, I think this is what it was saying. I think in the guide it was saying, like, yeah, once you set enemies, I mean, you set your allies as close down as you can, and then you, this is what the highest speed looks like. So then we do ×3 speed, and things move a little quicker. Yeah, get him. I believe in you. Attack that guy until he's dead. Only good things are happening, I'm sure. That's great. Keep attacking that guy. This guy's getting a little screwed up. Yeah, you just keep attacking. This is all fine. I think this guy's gonna die before he kills the bird. Keep attacking. Oh, here's the line, I see. Is that Gil mount? Is that my money? Highest HP, beats Barbarian, loses to Wyvern, which is what there are. Loses to Barbarian. No weaker opponents, no, oh, just regular units. Oh, I see. Can set a bomb. Kinda cool. An apparent ally. Chief from afar beats Wyvern. Yeah, that seems good. Yeah, that's good. Attack some dudes. Don't know how close you gotta move to attack a dude, but try it. Give it a shot. See what happens. I mean, yeah, the game constantly has this, like, pause anyway, so I think we're good to, roll a stone. Far off and roll it. Can roll a stone. Wait, what? This one can throw a stone and roll it. This one can roll a stone. A stoner. How many stoners do you think I need? Ow! Oh no. You move back. But you run away. Yeah, keep attacking that guy. Oh no. Yeah. Yikes. Here we go. Maybe I spent more money on dudes than I needed to? But maybe not. Dang, this dude's freaking beefy as heck. There we go. Nobody else that way. Go attack this guy. Oh yeah, we're totally fine now. I probably didn't need to spawn that one extra guy. I think we're good. I think we're totally fine. There we go. Jeez. So I guess what you could do is just like absolutely surround the commanders with troops until, because if you kill a commander, I think you win immediately, right? Whew, that was good. Shinra's troops will be back. Be sure and scout the area well. We don't know when they'll attack again. We have 3 allies left, so here's 600 gil. Oh yeah, I found this just now on the battlefield. Maybe it'll come in handy for you guys. Magic comb, sweet. That's actually great, because that's a weapon for red 13. That actually has double materia growth, so it's just good. It's just like really good. So we'll have to check on that. I'll probably freaking toss him in the party after this. And then we can hang out with Red for a little bit. Oops. Man, I can't wait to see how Red actually plays in the new game. It's gonna be interesting. They made him like a tanky in the new game, which kind of still fits the bill because I mean he has as much HP as like Barret and Cloud in this one. So I don't know. I always took him in these games as being like a really mixed bag. I feel like you could just like, I mean you can build most characters any way that you want if you really wanted to, right? Alright, now let me consult and see if there's anything else we need to do here before we leave. Alright, yeah, we're good here, and now we need to go and do something that I almost missed the first time I played the game, because I just didn't know. I was like, it like occurred to me, I'm like, hey, there are optional characters. How do you get them? It's so funny, like optional party members in these games are so funny to me, because sometimes they feel like fairly seamless. But yeah, so we're in the Junon area of the game. The heck is that thing? I don't like that thing. Keep this freaking thing away from me. What the heck? Ugh. Whoa, what do we... What's a tornado? Oh, that wasn't actually that bad. Nothing to steal. Oh. Well, good to know. Oh, it can fly too? I feel like I'm fighting Mothman. I don't like this. It wasn't difficult. I just didn't like being around that thing. I know I sound like a broken record, but I hope that thing's in the here's the thing. It's always fun in a remake to get to see like characters in like modern 3D, especially because the remakes look so nice visually. Oh, there is no way. There's simply no way. I got Yuffie on the first try. This simply can't be true. Like you've got to be kidding. Okay, now this is tricky. Because this happens, we're opening a field. You can't use the save point, you can't go into your menu. You have to keep your eyes on her. Like it's playing a song though. And we gotta talk to her. I am gonna use the guide to get the dialogue trees right, because I can't believe first try. What is the luck on that? There was a 12% chance. In this area, it's the lowest percent chance to find her. I walk into the tree line, I find her immediately. What is the luck of this episode? It's truly the luck of a gamer. Because what else was it? It was like, oh, I got the enemies. I like ran into the mole enemies that was supposed to be rare. Freaking, I found them the first try. First try, found them, and then they used the ability that's supposed to be a rare ability. They used it on me the first try as well, which is crazy. I was pretty unlucky with Chocobo stuff, to be fair. That's true, but then I was able to do the Midgar Zolom on like doing the harder strat. I did that in like 3. It only took me like 3 tries. So I just don't know. Man, I can't believe I lost. You spiky-headed joke. One more time. Let's go one more time. Okay, so you say not interested. Freaking Yuffie is something else. Thinking of running away? Stay and fight. Fight, I said. Stop sucker punching me, Yuffie, please. Come on, what's the matter? You're pretty scared of me, huh? Yeah, I'm petrified. Just as I thought. What do you expect with my skills? Good luck to you guys, too. If you feel up to it, we can go another round. I'm gonna leave. I mean it. And you say, wait a second. What is it? You still have something for me? So is that it? I know you want my help because I'm so good. You want me to go with you? That's right. Thought so. You put me in a spot. What should I do? But if you want me that bad, I can't refuse. Alright, I'll go with you. Yeah, apparently you don't say what's your name, you say let's hurry. Because if you say, oh, what's your name, you're letting your guard down, but saying let's hurry is like, gives a sense of urgency of like, we need to go right now, and she has like no opportunity to like say anything about it. Huh, hey. Wait, I haven't even told you my name. Freaking the cheesiest grin ever put in a video game. Yuffie it is. I'm Yuffie. It's good to meet ya. Just as I planned. Now all I have to do, a little this and a little that. Her laugh is nyuk, 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 nyuk. Okay. And then that's it. We just have an entire other party member whom we will, put in the party, I suppose. And she also has, well, actually, she's already level 17. So in actuality, I think for the time being, I'm going to remove some stuff from Eris. I'll move that fire. I'll move the Oliver store. And I'll put Tifa in the party for now. All fire, restore. And sure, Tifa, you could just have sense on you. So Yuffie actually comes with materia too, I'm pretty sure. She has the throw materia starting off. I don't know if she has anything else, let's see. No, she just has throw. Which lets you throw weapons at people. Her weapons, I think, are the best because she like uses throwable weapons. Apparently she's ranged too. So she's already like, so if you have her in the party, then you can put her in the back line as well, which is pretty cool. For now, let's have Tifa in here. Yeah, get Tifa and Barret another level. That was, I can't believe how easy that was. That just sort of happened. I didn't even get to explain like, oh yeah, this is how, like here's the chance of running into Yuffie. I'll see you when we get her. It's like, no, I just ran into some tree line and then boom, there it is. I just don't know. This run is something else. I feel like I'm using up all my good luck, and then later on when there's some like truly dire, like difficult stuff, it's gonna get like bad. It's gonna be real bad for me. Okay. Well, that was that. So now it says that we can actually get her a weapon. We can steal a boomerang from the formula enemy, Purple Birds. It's a great weapon for Yuffie. Okay, so that's what we're doing now, I guess. And then after that, we're heading to Junon. So I'll let you know when we find those birds. What the heck is this guy? What? How much damage is that gonna do? It didn't do much damage. To be fair. This guy probably like looks more intimidating than he actually is. I mean, I could just pump out a casual 1,000 damage, I guess. Whatever. Alright, false alarm. Not anything too crazy. Just scared. What's happening? Tifa, you can... Sure. No, use defend, steal, bird. Hey Tifa, just don't kill the bird. Hit the little guys, okay? Yeah, just like that. Thanks, Tifa. Ooh, then Tifa, then you could probably pop a heal on Barret. Or maybe pop a heal on yourself. Couldn't steal anything. Right. Use some cure on yourself. And then Barret, you can steal. And then Cloud, you can kill that thing. Quit it! Freaking knock it off! Cure on Barret? It's really hard to select people sometimes. With a certain camera angles and stuff like that. It's kind of finicky. I don't want to shut the... Oh, nice. The dynamic camera angles off, though, because they're kind of... I really like it. Like, I enjoy them, actually. Okay, with that, we can make our way to Junon. That wasn't that bad either. That was actually extremely quick. Okay. Let's get you, hey ho. First things first, I'm gonna have to remember to do this pretty much every time. So whoever's in the party needs to have their materia removed. Just like that, okay. Yeah, VHS. Let's get the let's get a real like weirdo troop going on right here. I equipped the new glove onto Yuffie as well, so I mean onto Tifa as well. Boomerang, sweet. Oh, we need to magic comb double. Yeah, double, and it still has like 3 slots. That's pretty good. It's got to be said. Sure, you can have the other star pendant. Let's arrange all of this. Here, now you, for sure, you, Yuffie, absolutely, you are a thief. You're a liar, a thief, and a cheat, and that's... I'm really curious, I'm very interested to get to the Intergrade DLC, because I still haven't played that. I have put that off, and I know very little about it. Them making an entire DLC around Yuffie is very interesting to me. I'm hoping they do that for... They're gonna do that for, like, Vincent, maybe? Vincent seems like the one to do... Hold on, if the DLC for Rebirth ends up being Vincent, and it's called, like, Dirge of Cerberus or something, it wouldn't make any sense, because Dirge of Cerberus happens, obviously, after this game, but, after the events of this game, I mean, it wouldn't make sense, but, you know... Now here's the thing, the person with cover should be a person who's in the back row. Yuffie and Cloud are going to be back row because they both have... Sure, I've been putting a lot of, like, tank stuff into Cloud anyways, right? So... Sure, Cloud. Are you ready to face tank for everybody? Oh, we don't need the Chocobo Lore. I was like, dang, I'm actually full up. There we go, we can do that. Materia. How about you have an all restore, and then everything else, all earth? Sure, kind of sounds cool. And then you can also have... I mean, an all restore lets you heal everybody once, right? That's fine, though. To the next level, you have Earth, you can also have Fire. Cloud's full up. Sure, you can have a Sense. You can have a sense. Have a have a chocobo lure. Why not? I don't know why. Why does a chocobo lure even have like 4 level ups to it? It's kind of crazy to me. Okay. Arrange. I think we're good then. I think that's just about fine. Oh, well, you know what? Well, we don't have the heal on anybody. We really want the heal to get to Asuna. Let me check something on that. I need to check, does FF7, how materia levels up? Does it just need to be used on a person? Every enemy you kill gives you EXP and AP. The AP is what levels up your materia. Okay. So it's literally just a character needs to have it on them, right? In which case, got a lot more materia management now. Jeepers. Take that off. I'll just take these off too. Materia, and I'll just roll with this team for a little while. Cool. I just love the casual, entire new person in our party. Just, like, very unceremoniously, too. Sure. Sure. Sounds good to me. Poor Yuffie. Oh, Yuffie's stats got tanked. Okay. Cool. And then we save that, and then we move on to Junon, finally. Hopping around doing a lot of weird stuff this time. I started doing the outro twice without having my mic on. Because I'm very, very good at this. Yeah, no, we actually have to just end this here. There's going to be a boss fight and a bunch of other story stuff coming up, which is all great and good and dandy. However, this part's I already checked in all the cutting out all the dead air and all the moments of me trying to like find enemies and stuff like that. This part is already like over 3 hours long, and while it's already unseemly and truly a creation for nobody, I can't do that. At the very least, I can't go much more. I can't justify going much more over that. So we're gonna just call it here. Hey, if you've enjoyed this, then don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified of more things in the future. Episodes of this just about every single day. Links in the description of things that I am doing, have done, or will be doing in the future. Me and my friend are making a game. Any and all information on that, you can check the links down below. We have already made a game for a game jam, for Donkey's Big Mode Game Jam. If you want to check that out, there's a link to that in the description down below. You can let us know what you think on it. Keep in mind, it's a game jam, so we made it in like 2.5 weeks. So be kind about it, or don't. Be a scumbag. It's up to you. And also tune into Donkey, the Big Mode Game Jam stream, and hopefully Donkey will play our game on stream. It's called Hell Factory Cross. Stay tuned for that. Hopefully he likes it. Hopefully it doesn't break. Hopefully his computer monitor is an appropriate size so it doesn't glitch the heck out. Please. Please. And yeah, all that good stuff. Also, if you want to support me and my friend in our game-making endeavors, then you can support us by supporting the videos, their streams, and of course, the Patreon. Most of all, the Patreon, because the Patreon is just straight-up money. Can I promise you anything involved in the Patreon? More of this stuff regularly for the foreseeable future, I suppose. It would help sustain it, that's for sure. But don't just throw your money at people, you know? If you got, this is like where you found like 20 bucks lying on the ground, don't need it, sure, so throw it at me. I'll take it. I'll take your pity. I'm not above that. Yeah. And then until next time, don't forget to be kind, and I will see you around for a part that is hopefully much smaller than this one. I mean, they're not going to get smaller, let's be honest. I mean, we were locked into the opening area of the first open map area of the game just because doing the side stuff. Now, granted, we actually did do a lot of cool things. We got a lot of enemy skills that, some of which I did not know about. We killed the Midgar Zolom, and got his ability, which is pretty cool. We got a party member. We got a whole party member. And to be fair, this part did open up with a like hour and 20 minute like flashback sequence. I did realize. I kind of remembered that. So, you know, it's it's not like nothing happened this time. Listen, alright? These videos, they're long, they're unseemly, truly made for nobody, but the whole point of this is that I'm capturing my experience playing the game. And my experience playing the game is very long. I mean, at the very least, I'm cutting out all the dead air of me just trying to find a certain enemy grouping or trying to get enemy skills and things like that. I'm cutting to the meat of it. The meat of it is just there's a lot of meat. There's a lot of schmeat, and it's hard to get through because there's just so much. It's really packed in. Okay, nope, I'm done. Goodbye.